Hi, dear viewers. I'm welcoming you all to join our live session. I'm your host for today on behalf of Forex Wave expert admin team, Akif Mateen. I've been working. Okay, I've been working with this Forex Wave expert team. It's a very impressive team we are working on right now. We are doing some interesting uh, things, and we are working on to bring a good services to you because we feel and we have shared you our point of view that we feel that we all are part of our team. So this initiative to share our live analysis in our channel, Forex Wave Expert, please don't forget to put the subscribe and obviously click the bell button obviously. So our initiative is to provide you the latest facts and features we are actually been eyeing on trading charts because nowadays uh, only building active portfolio doesn't count. Also, we have to focus on building our passive income stream and portfolio, and for that, trading on CFDs or for any prop firm will get you to a very advantageous position. And because of that, our goal is to train our followers and viewers so that gradually we can accumulate the knowledge and skills to trade on the trading charts, and in future so that we can contribute a good portion to the team as a whole. So let's move on. Before moving on to the charts, let's get back to see what actually previous week happened. We saw, last week on the last day on Friday we had NFP, which was let's actually have a look to NFP first of all because it's one of the important news we actually seen in the market, and US dollar as the major liquidity participant in the whole world of liquidity. Obviously, this news puts a very great impact on any kind of trading instrument. So first of all, look at to the US dollar average earnings report. In previous week, we have seen that on average earning report, the last time it was zero point 0.4 and it is still zero point 0.4, which is actually not been upgraded, just as it was, like similar. Now, if we look about the employment change, we can see that previous month on NFP we had 306K or 339K. Now on this month we are having 209K employment, so it has been gone reduced so drastically, like let's just say 30% has been reduced in a month. So yeah, it's gonna have a huge impact, and we will see its impact on a chart as well too in some coming minutes, so stay tuned with us. Now let's get back to the unemployment rate news. Here we see that on the previous week it was 2.7 adjusted. Now on this week it was 3.6. So unemployment slightly, actually, I would like to say reduced. Now for that, on a whole long-term scenario, US dollar is still weak, but on a short-term scenario, as we can see that the US dollar is in stronger position because of what? Because the actual result been better than the forecast, and also it was similar to the previous month. I'm talking about the average hourly earnings. Then for NFP though, the NFP reduced 30%, but the unemployment rate has been dropped only 0.1% due to that. So I would like to say that the reports are positive for US dollar on the short term, but for the long term it's still weak. Now, what happened and what's actually going to come for the next week? Well, for the next week, we will see many news on British pounds. Like we will have Bank of England Governor Bailey's speech on Monday. We're going to have claimant count change, which is for the the employment report for British pound on Tuesday. We have ZEW economic sentiment for Germany on euro currency pair on Tuesday. We also have one of the most important news in this week is NZD. rate statement and cash rate, which will be on Wednesday. And also on Wednesday, the most important news that's actually we all are eyeing for is CPI, core CPI, and YY news gonna release on Wednesday. And also according to the same day, Canadian dollar have Bank of Canada monetary policy report and rate statement on the same day, and also we have 10-year bond auction news on the same day, Wednesday. Now on the next day, Thursday, on the upcoming week, we have GDP news of pounds, and also PPI and core PPI news of US dollars. On Friday, we have one bank holiday for New Zealand dollar and for French bank holiday on for euro, and we have a prelim UOM consumer sentiment on the upcoming week. Now, how actually we are figuring out this, upcoming news. Let's just say on the Wednesday we have some toughest news. On Asian and Australian session we have RNBZ red statement. And then for the second liquidity injection, it will be like we have Bank of England Governor Bailey's speech. We have CPI and core CPI news on just on U.S. session, and also we have Canadian monetary policy rate news. So a lot thing depends on how actually market is gonna behave on the previous week's liquidity zone. Okay, so let's just have a dig into the uh, charts. Let's say, for example, first of all, let's focus on gold. Gold last week we have seen that started at this level, which was 1960, 17. Now, after that, it just jumped to like 180 pips upward. Then from the opening price, it reduced to 140 pips low. Now, overall, for the weekly movement, as we can speak, we can see that the gold movement was a little bit kind of close to sideways movement in the previous week. Though on the last day, on the NF when the NF, we got the NFP news, in the previous day we have seen that on Thursday gold was couldn't actually create new higher high, then got pushed harshly on the bearish side. Then after that, it actually been on the bullish side, and on the news time after the NFP, it actually been reacted bullish as initial impact for the news was weak on dollar for the gold currency pair as we are seeing over here. Now, if we analyze H1 charts, we can see that it has created a kind of like box structure for the last 2 weeks. Now, on the H1, we see that when it went to this zone, it actually created a bearish impact, and the market eventually go a little bit bearish and then again bullish. Now, what could be our possible scenario for the upcoming week for gold on the technical aspect? Now, if we see there is any H4 or H1 closing candle above this higher high lines, which is I would like to say 1935 level, uh, or let's just say for more safe, we can tell it as 19, uh, you know, the double four level. Let's just zoom it out a little bit so that we can understand. Yes. So if the market actually cross 1970 level, then we're gonna have an expectation to have a bullish movement up to 2050 level. But if not, then there is a high chance that the market may go a little bit, create some higher highs. I mean, initiating or integrating more buyers and hitting more buy stops. Then to hunt those buy stops, it can go harshly down if and only if any H1 and H4 candle gonna close below 1905 or 1900 level. So if that happens, if any candle closes below 1905 and 1900 zones, so what will happen? How we are eyeing on? We are eyeing on two targets for the sell side of the gold. Let's just say the first target could be in this level, which is 1855 level, and the next is 1810 or 1800 level. So these are our target zone for the bearish side for the gold. Now, why we are actually emphasizing the both sides of the movement, because we have to see how market reacts on the Monday on H1 and H4 closing sides. Let's say on Monday, it may start a little bit gap over here, then chart price gonna go over here, created some spikes, but didn't get to close a little bit trade. But eventually on Tuesday, before the news, or let's just say on Wednesday, on the news time, it actually broke this level and with a high impact bullish move. So after that, it may continue to go bullish. So we have to watch the Monday movements, and after that we have to enter on Tuesday possible movements so that we can get the maximum movement on Wednesday news, so that we can make grab more profit from the gold or many other commodities. Let's have a look to the US 30. Sorry, on US 30, as we're seeing, last week it was kind of like acted like a bearish, and on the previous week it acted bullish. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, we can see that the US 30 as an in US dollar indices acted bearish. So the main strength of it was on the bearish side, and as we can see, there is an opportunity of it to cross these. I would like to say SAR level, and moreover this level has previous demands liquidity, and also it has created a potential divergence. So on Monday we'd like to look on how it is behaving on these zones, because if some choppy markets on this zone, and then there is a possibility that it may shoot up and close H1 and H4 above 34,050 level, then the trend will get changed and it will go to bullish at least minimum up to 34,600 level, which is actually 5,000 plus points for US 30 as an index. Now, for the alternate scenario, if we see that the price harshly contributed a bearish side on Monday, but on Tuesday it rose up but didn't closed in H1 or H4 candle above 34,050 level, so and it reverted back. So then on when it actually reversed its movement back and closes below 33,600 level, then we can have a sell side of scopes of trade, and the target could be up to 72,750, which with which we can grab more than 8500 plus points for US 30. So we are seeing and eyeing on a lot more uh, you know uh, points movements for indexes in the coming weeks, as we have rate policy statements for NZD USD, and also for GBP, and also for US dollar, because we have CPI news. Now, the greater the CPI news will integrate it, a higher chance to rise the interest rates. Now, for that we uh, we could say that for this move on gold from 2000 to this level, we can say that a little bit price of the bearish side of the gold has been already adjusted. Now, even if the rate gets increased, there is a potential chance for gold to go, you know, uh, bullish side in the coming days. So we will update you through this channel repeatedly. So stay tuned with us, and we will update all the possible scenarios. Like, let's just say, last week how there was an opportunity to grab more profits. Let's just have a look. Like last week before the US news, on the NFP news, what we saw is that on the GBP USD, the whole week it was kind of like sideways, right? Maintaining a box structure. For GBP JPY, it also maintains such box-like structures. But on the last day of Friday, on the NFP news, it went a little bit bearish, and GBP USD gone bullish. So what happened to USD JPY? For GBP USD, we have seen US dollar got weak, and for JPY, we have seen that it got stronger. So USD JPY should get bearish, and that's what it happened on H1. Now we are eyeing that on H1, USD JPY is on a halfway for the bearish move projected. So for that, we are eyeing that it may touch and break this SAR level at 140. Then moreover, can touch this liquidity zone and create a spike on at least on 139 level, which is more than 300 pips from the closing price of the last week. And if it doesn't make this sell side move and any kind of H1 and H4 closing above this level, which is 144, it can tends to two targeted buy, which is the first target could be 146.5 or 6 level, which is nearly 200 points, and another second target would be 400 points from the enterprise of 144.5. The target price would be then 148.5. So these are the two scenarios or the liquidity levels we are eyeing on for the next week, so that on Monday, let's just say with a high liquidity move, USD JPY is gonna cross this level. Then if on Tuesday we are seeing that it gets struggling to get lower than this level, then we could assume that yes, it can or has a potential to go more bullish. But if it continues this bullish trend, what will happen then? Then this will be the first target, and the second next target could be somewhere close between this liquidity zone. Let me zoom it a little bit. Yes, this zone. So USD JPY has a potentiality to touch these two levels. Initially, we are eyeing on 138 or say 139 level, and moreover, if it goes more bullish, it can also it also has a potentiality to touch 134 level. Now we have discussed gold, USD JPY, and also US 30 movements. Also from that we can have discussion on JBP JPY, but I guess let's check our chats. Oh wow. So here we have some questions over now that we can I guess I will try to answer. Trade Forex official has been asking me that, are you going to trade in Forex with leverage? Well, leverage is a blessing if you can use it wisely, but it is the only thing that can wipe out your whole balance, because if you don't use it wisely, it will eventually, dump your whole, initial balance. Because, uh, the trading lots has a more work on money management, as well as it depends on the trading balance too. So if your balance is tight, then your risk management should also have to be that much tight. Otherwise, you will lose more money just on the movement of the markets. As we can speak on the charts, we can see that last week, US 30 in a single day, it had moved near about 4,500 plus points in a single day. So, you know, this is how the market is. So if you are on the wrong side of the trade, you're surely gonna lose. So if you are sure that you are wrong side of the trade, then obviously you have to adapt your trading style according to the market and switch it back to its original strength direction. Okay, I guess the sound issue has been resolved a little bit. Now, Muhammad Ayas also been shared his concern that very low volume. Okay, the volume I guess is kind of bit like okay. Maybe due to my mic was a little bit far away from my mouth space. That's why the low volume occurred. But I believe that on this session, we have discussed some of the potential moves on gold, on GBP JPY, or moreover GBP USD and USD JPY specifically, and also on indices, stock indices like US 30. Now, can you recommend me any more, let's just say, trading charts or instruments so that I can put my analysis on it, and you can also have an idea over that currency pair before starting the weekend. Now, in the meantime, I'm gonna recap you some of the most important news that's gonna be featured in many important sites. Now, for the next week, ForexLive.com had been issued an article on the RNB RBNZ rate discussion, BOE rate discussion, and UK datas. So for uh, for US dollar, sorry, for the China inflation, we can see that in terms of last month's print, annual inflation rose slightly 0.2%, falling short of the 0.3% market forecast. Now, their forecast was that the inflation will rise more. Now, the actual report is that the inflation has been risen a little bit, but below the forecast. Now, this scenario is a complex scenario, which means that in a short term, China is going to go weak, or let's just say US dollar is going to go weak. But on the long term, the vice versa thing happens. That means US dollar gets stronger and China may get more weak due to its chances on more inflation is going to come in the next week, in the next couple of days, or let's just say months. So here we can say that the analysts at ING said weak domestic demand is the main culprit. So there are also some helpful base effects, and we should see inflation return to around a 2% rate over the coming months. PPI inflation will remain strongly negative, reflecting weak factory gate prices as well as subdued commodity prices. Now, let's put an eye on UK jobs data, which we're gonna release on Tuesday. So for the BOE, the data is another prize in the puzzle before the August 3rd meeting, where the wage figures and the June CPI will be the key in determining whether another 50 BP is delivered or a return to 25 base point is justified. So here, one of the most important news for UK, or let's just say British pound, is going to release next week on Tuesday. So for the Bank of England, if the job data is good, then they have the chance to increase, more your CPI values that's gonna release on July 19th, and that's gonna trigger more bullish movements on pound. But on the reverse side, if that doesn't happen, then there is a high chance also that it may the interest rates may revert it back to 25 BP less than it is and return to 25 basis point, which at some point they are thinking that's justified. Now on Wednesday we have RNBZ policy statement. Now here they're thinking that RBNZ is likely to keep official cash rate unchanged with 5.50 level, with money markets pricing in a 92% probability that central bank holds rates and just an 8% chance of a 25 bps hike. So the rising or hiking the rates is gonna have a very low chance. So there is a high chance that it's gonna go unchanged. But the RNBZ unsurprisingly hiked rates by 25 bps at the last meeting in May. So there is some confusion because they have also, input some latest GDP data that has been showing that it has been dipped into a recession with quarter two GDP, and in total, it actually reduces the prospects of a rate hike. So they are eyeing that after the news, RBNZ as a New Zealand dollar may get weak. So on US CPI on Wednesday, they're seeing that the consumer price are seen rising. So see, if the CPI rises, then US dollar may get stronger. But before that, we have to look that if the US dollar has been working, or the most of the liquidity on US has been on the weaker side or not. Because before the news, if it is on the weaker side, there's a high chance after the CPI news, it's going to alter, and the liquidity and the strength will move into the strength of the side. That means US dollar bullish side. So uh, let's dig in a little bit more on BOC policy announcement also on 25 BPS points. That's what actually there's been uh, looking to. So if that happens, Canadian dollar is gonna go, more bullish, more oil price is gonna go. And on Thursday we have ECB meetings, and we have so I'm gonna share these links to you. So for so yes. So I have been provided you the link so that you can also have a look, to what things are gonna come in the upcoming week. So we have another news from on the same website that a non-farm payroll misses help send the dollar sharply lower. How? Let's take a look. So NFP value, there have been telling that the dollar falls a little bit sharply lower. So as dollar is lower, so gold gonna shoot go bullish. So on the last day, from the good liquidity zone, it actually jumped 200 plus pips on gold. Now we can see that how it actually happened, and also we had seen this scenario previous week. JPY leads, USD lags. Now things depends whether this scenario will continue, because as we spoke earlier for USD JPY, and I also have been mentioned you that the scenario we have been overlooking could be the mid value of this bearish movement. So it may go more bearish, which can say that JPY more leads, USD lags and more weakens, and after the Wednesday news, things gonna go on the alter way. So this is what actually we are looking on before the USD news on Wednesday, CPI news, and many other newses on pounds and also on CAD. And after the news effects, we are thinking that the price may move from here to this level or more. So that's actually the scenario we are eyeing also. So we already have been sharing our thoughts to you, and this initiative is on our global outreach program, because we have signal services, we have many educational services, we have free books and trading books sessions, and a lot more features are going to come in the next week or next times. Our website has been on the work also, on our free signals group on Telegram. We have been providing free signals for the past weeks. Many of the signals got profit, and the clients are also very happy. You can also join in our Discord channel, because through Discord you can have access to our trading books and all our course details, and all our can chat all our members and admins too through Discord and Telegram group. And also for you guys, every week on Sunday at the same time, we are gonna come to you, and we will provide you our review on the trading charts for the next week, and also we will give you report for our previous week's performance, so that we can get connected, and together we can earn more money and grow our passive income portfolio on the bullish tone. So that's all for you for now from us, guys. Thank you all for joining, and let's say FX Knowledge been commenting as a good job. Mr. Retroman has been, telling that really appreciate all the efforts you guys are giving for us. Thank you so much. These kind of comments actually been encourage us a lot, and thanks to you guys that you were actually loving it, because in such videos we will try to communicate to you, and also share our point of views, share some of the risk factors on the many of the liquidity zones that we are eyeing on. And when you interpret these information to your own trading strategy, I hope that uh, I hope that your trading will obviously be better than before. And for any kind of help, for any kind of query, for any kind of thing you want to know from us, don't forget to contact us in Telegram free signal channel. It's open, guys. It's free. You just can reach us at any moment, at any time, and any free admins that are available at the time is going to reply you. So no worries for that. And also don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and don't forget to put the bell icon so that you can get the latest updates and latest you know new scopes and opportunities gonna come in the market. So before we can share you the next opportunities and scopes, I guess that's all for you now. For now, thank you all for joining. I hope I will see you all and also more people on the next session. So till then, have a nice day and good day. Bye.